Coach and then Naya. Okay. We're joined by Tennessee head coach Kim Caldwell and student athlete Naya Robertson. We'll begin with an opening statement from Coach, then we'll take questions for Naya. We'll dismiss Naya back to the locker room and then take questions for Coach.
We had too many turnovers tonight. I think we got outworked, outplayed, outcoached from the very start.
Questions for Naya? Cora, then yep.
There's a bit of a break now before NCAA tournament. Just for you as a leader on this team, what's the most important thing on your mind of helping this team regroup?
I would say just having positive talk, knowing that like my energy feeds off on everybody else. So when I'm here, I feel like everybody else is here. So I just got to just bring energy and just knowing like we got this.
Maria?
Naya, you guys, the very first part of the game, you tied it at 12-12, and then it just seemed every time you got momentum, it just slipped away. Just what happened in that first half and second half for the game to unfold like this?
Just feel like people weren't ready. I mean, when we're not ready, it shows. So we just got to come out and be ready. Punch. We got to be the first one to punch. And when we get punched second, then we're going to have to dig out the hole. So we just got to get out the hole, punch first, and get at it.
You're in the middle.
Just when you say that you didn't feel like you were ready, was that something you felt kind of during the game, or was that something you could feel during the week of preparation?
I wouldn't say we weren't ready. For like we just laid down a little too much.
Any more questions for Naya? Cora?
Just it feels like at times the team is on the same page at certain moments, or just what do you feel like it's going to take to kind of get this team kind of all going to be able to build that momentum in the game, and because it felt like at times like certain players could create some momentum, but it would slip away. Just do you feel like this team is where it needs to be in terms of being on the same page, or just how do you guys kind of get there?
I feel like we're on the same page. We just have to know like we're not playing for yourself. We're playing for the person beside you. And knowing we're playing for the Tennessee on our chest, so just yeah.
Any other questions for Naya? Naya, thank you very much. You can be dismissed back to the locker room. We'll take questions for Coach. We'll start over here on the right.
Coach, Steve Reed from the AP. With 7 straight losses and 10 of 12, do you feel like this team deserves to make the NCAA tournament? And if so, why? What is your argument for that?
Yeah, I do. I think we've played the hardest schedule in the country. I think the majority of that came in February, but we have significant wins, and I think that we hope to get in and continue to try to be a different team.
Go in the back and then to Cora.
Kim, Talasia walked out of the arena with Heather Irvin after the game. Locker room was still closed. She's not in the open locker room. Can you kind of walk us through what happened post-game and in that second half with her and why she left early without the team?
Yeah, it was a coach's decision, and we just wanted to give her some air. I think your emotions can get running, and just wanted to get her outside and with a staff member so she could breathe.
Cora?
In terms of her not coming back in the game, just did you just feel like she reached a point where you felt like you weren't going to be able to get her back in the right headspace to play, or just kind of what led to the in-game decision to her not return?
Yeah, again, it was, who knows if it was the right call, but we're trying to find combinations that work.
Here in the middle.
Kim, just with Denia Prawl, do you have any update on her status?
Yeah, Lauren clocked her in the head the first day back of practice, so she's in concussion protocol and couldn't travel.
Cora and then Maria.
You mentioned finding combinations. The fourth quarter looked mostly 7 players. Do you feel like you're starting to find those lineups that you like, that you felt like could, build off of?
I think that tonight, yes, but I think we're so inconsistent in games that you just never really know what you're going to get.
Maria.
I know you've got a big break here before the NCAA brackets are announced. Are you concerned about how the team played in this game and sort of running out of ways to flip this?
Yeah, we definitely need some time. Our February back half has been absolutely brutal, and really need to regroup and get back to who we want to be and move forward from there.
Go in the back.
I know it's been a tough last month and a week or so to end the year. Just what gives you confidence in this group that they will bounce back and compete in the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, I think when you're in this profession, you don't get too high, you don't get too low. I mean, nobody was sitting here talking about us winning a national championship when we won 6 in a row, 7 in a row. We didn't do that. And so you try to stay consistent. We were hopeful that we would play better today and have some juice going into it. I think we did. We had great energy in warm-ups. We had great energy in the locker room before, probably the best energy I've seen. So I was a little bit surprised that we came out flat and then got in a hole and we couldn't recover.
We'll here in the middle.
The turnovers were the first thing that you mentioned in the statement. What do you think offensively was allowing Alabama to kind of take advantage of those turnovers?
Yeah, we were trying to dribble through the zone, dribble through gaps that weren't there. I think at their place, we did a really good job of swinging it side to side, making it move, and then we could attack it. We didn't have the patience to do that tonight.
Cora.
That third quarter timeout, that was pretty early. You kind of walk down the court and tell them to wake up. Just do you feel like you're getting the responses out of them during games and you're trying to kind of get them to regroup?
Not the way we'd like.
Maria.
Coach, given you trying to find the right combinations and people that are playing hard, how much do you appreciate what Nia Robertson tries to bring every game?
She's one of my favorite players that I've ever coached because the version of her that you see, she's energetic, she laughs, she plays hard every single day in practice, and I'm really proud of her because she really did go through a slump there mid-season, and the people that work the hardest, I think they deserve what comes, and she's playing really good basketball right now because she didn't put her head down, she just kept working, showed up every day.
Cora.
When you've talked about turnovers in the past, at times it would be, dribbling into traffic, and it felt like that was a lot going on with, Janiyah tonight specifically. Just, is it frustrating that this is still the reason why these turnovers are cropping up? Like, how do you kind of, get that trend to end?
Yeah, I think it's patience, and we did talk about patience. We talked about it pregame of if you're patient enough and you swing the ball around enough and everyone touches it, then you'll have a much cleaner look. And then I think just the moment, and we have players that want to do it all at once, and it is frustrating, but again, we just have to continue to try.
In the back.
I know some of the tough stretches on defense have kind of been a part of this skid over the next week or so before the NCAA tournament. How can y'all get that defense better to compete in that tournament?
Yeah, we got to fix our one-on-one defense. We got to fix our help side. That's, again, been a situation where we've had 2 days of practice max going into games, and so that's where maybe some time to put things together and to really get back after it will help.
Any more questions for Coach? All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.